It's no secret that we had already, in February of that year, we had already asked for our release, and we had not been granted that release, because we knew, that if we stuck around WWE, that we would never reach the heights that we wanted to, or we would never get the opportunity to reach the heights that we wanted to. Obviously, we had a lot of belief in ourselves, and a lot of belief in our abilities. But if you're not given the opportunity to show those abilities, then we would have just been stuck at a certain position. And, it would have been easy. And I heard it online all the time, especially after the news got out that we asked for a release. But I heard it online all the time. Just collect your money. I wish I was making the money you were, or I wish I was in the position you were. But that's just not how I'm wired, man. And also, let me say about the money, it wasn't as much money as you guys would imagine, especially considering the tax write-offs we had to make sure we got. Like me and Cash, at the time I was 34, and he was 31. Right. And we were rooming with each other and traveling with each other, splitting cars, splitting meals, splitting rooms, because we didn't have enough money, or not that we didn't have enough money, but we were trying to save money, so it wasn't
right.
Like
you're not trying to watch this paycheck just kind of whittle away to nothing as you spend money on travel, rental cars, not to mention you guys spend some money on gear once in a while too.
Yeah, a lot of gear. It's hanging up in my closet now and occupies a lot of space in there. My wife's not too happy about that, but that's the thing. Like, we had to make sure that we were putting back a little bit of money because if you look back at 2019, I was number one. Baron and Cash were tied for number 2 as far as most matches in 2019 for WWE. And so we were on the road every single week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. And so when you think I've signed this $1 million contract or whatever, it's not that lucrative. Our contracts were the very bottom dollar. I mean, I'll tell you mine. I don't know about Cash's, but our first contract for the main roster was 125, 150, 175 across the 3 years. And that was it,
Wow.
And yeah, so
125.
Yeah.
And that doesn't include any expenses at all.
No. It's, obviously we're allowed, we could, there's the potential of making more than that and breaking that 125 barrier and that 125 ceiling with merch and pay-per-views and stuff like that, and in-house shows as well. But that was what we had signed, and that is a lot of money. That's a lot of money to me right now. Right. But you got to think about it. If I'm on the road 5 days a week, right, and I'm spending breakfast, lunch, and dinner all 5 days a week. Let's not even talk about snacks or whatever. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner 5 days a week on the road while my wife is at home cooking and paying for groceries for her and my daughter. And then I'm paying for rental cars, and then I'm paying for hotels. I'm not making as much money as you think. But so when I hear a lot of the fans, especially then, when I heard a lot of the fans say they could have just sat back and had catering and made their money, it's not that simple, man. Money is one thing, but there's always been something that I've wanted to do for professional wrestling, and being there at that time was not going to allow me to do that.